Back on Politics Nation with some Olympic fever. And an amazing thing happened at Friday's opening ceremony. A whole section of the program was dedicated to one of Britain's great achievements, universal health care. Hundreds of real nurses joined in paying tribute to a system that provides care for all citizens. Folks, it's safe to say that program was not choreographed by Republicans. What do I mean? Well, 47 years ago today, President Johnson signed Medicare into law. And even before that bill made it to his desk, Republicans tried to tear it down. Just ask Ronald Reagan.
Behind it will come other federal programs that will invade every area of freedom as we have known it in this country. Until, one day, as Norman Thomas said, we will awake to find that we have socialism. One of these days, you and I are going to spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free.
LBJ's opponent in the 1964 election, Senator Barry Goldwater, said, quote, having given our pensioners their medical care in kind, why not food baskets? Why not vacation resorts? Why not a ration of cigarettes? Funny, Senator, I still don't see the government handing out cigarettes. Come 1996, Newt Gingrich said, we believe Medicare is going to wither on the vine. 47 years later, it's still under attack. Congressman Paul Ryan has put forth a budget that would turn Medicare into a voucher program, raise the eligibility age to 67, and force seniors to pay $6,400 more for coverage. It's that same Mr. Ryan who spent the weekend campaigning for his man, Mitt Romney. And boy, is that feeling mutual. Well, it loves the congressman and his plan for Medicare.
I applaud it. It's an excellent piece of work and very much needed.
I've spent a good deal of time with Congressman Ryan. When his plan came out, I applauded it as a very important step.
This is a guy who's willing to stand for something.
Well, here's what Ryan stands for. He wants to radically change a program that serves nearly 50 million Americans, one that has already saved seniors almost $4 billion in prescription drug costs. He stands for altering something that President Johnson heralded 47 years ago today.
No longer will older Americans be denied the healing miracle of modern medicine. No longer will illness crush and destroy the savings that they have so carefully put away over a lifetime so that they might enjoy dignity in their later years. And no longer will this nation refuse the hand of justice to those who have given a lifetime of service and wisdom and labor to the progress of this progressive country.
Joining me now is Congressman Jim McDermott, Democrat from Washington. Congressman McDermott, first, thank you for your time this evening.
It's good to be here, Reverend.
Let me ask you this. It's been 47 years, and yet Republicans are hammering away against Medicare. Why are they going against 50 million Americans?
They recognize, Reverend, that the people need and want the security of knowing if they're sick or injured, they'll be taken care of. And they know that the government that gives that to the American people will be returned to office again and again and again. They have no concern about the people or their security. They just want to have control. And they've been trying to stop Medicare and then repeal it. I was in medical school when this all went on, and Ronald Reagan was running around the country talking about communism and scaring people out of their wits. And they've been doing it, and they're still doing it today because they know Barack Obama started health care for everybody in this country. And if what they did for Medicare for old people gets done for the rest of the people, why, the Republicans will never get elected. People should be listening because they're telling you exactly what they're going to do after this election. If Romney were to win, they would repeal Medicare as we know it, and they would repeal the Accountable Care Act. They simply do want to give people any security. They want to keep them on edge all the time.
Yeah, but Congressman, they keep talking a lot about protecting our seniors, protecting our seniors. Listen to this.
We will protect America's seniors and America's young people.
I think all of you know that our budget will protect seniors.
My mom relies on Medicare. We owe her and all of our seniors a better program, one that they can actually count on.
But when you look at the Ryan plan, it would put a huge burden on the seniors that they're trying to protect, all the while they're helping the wealthy. It would force seniors to pay $6,400 more for Medicare while giving millionaires an average tax cut of nearly $265,000. I mean, this is absolutely the most blatant contradiction you could see when it comes to taking care of our seniors.
You're very kind, Reverend, in calling it a blatant contradiction. It is misleading in the worst sort of way. They simply are not bothered by the truth. The numbers you've given are the absolute correct ones. But they continue to say whatever they think will convince people to vote for them, and they give this blanket, we're not going to hurt anybody. Nonsense. They are intending to shift the cost onto seniors and their families and not make it a national issue, but make it your individual responsibility again, like it was before Medicare in 1965. It is awful what they plan to do if they get reelected.
Now, what is also confusing to me, even if they don't want to deal with the fact that we certainly owe our seniors a lot and they've invested in what they're getting, the politics of it doesn't make sense, Congressman. I mean, when you look at the fact older Americans are a key part of the electorate, isn't the GOP hurting themselves by attacking Medicare? I mean, just look at citizens voting in 2010. 61% of citizens aged 65 and older voted in the 2010 midterms. Just 21% of those ages 18 to 24 turned out. So they're really opposing and harming a major voting bloc in this country.
Any senior in this country, Reverend, who votes for the Republicans really is not paying attention to their own best interests. They are being told straight out what they're going to do, and when they do this, when they push off health care onto the families, it'll be like it was when I was a kid and my grandmother came to live with us before Medicare, and my folks had to figure out how to pay my grandmother's bills.
Right.
That's the only way she got health care.
Well, Congressman, I noticed also that you have a birthday cake to Medicare on your Facebook page, and the caption says, like and share if you believe we should protect the successful program that provides health coverage for virtually every American senior. Thank you for that, Congressman McDermott, and thank you for your time this evening.
You're welcome. It's good to be here.
Coming up,